Hail to thee, dear viewer.
Hail to thee! Hail to thee!
How are you? I hope you're having a wonderful day. It is still incredibly hot where I am. We're still going through this lovely heat wave. It's currently 90 degrees. Can stop anytime now. Anyway, since I've been messing around with Crusader Kings on my own time, I've found there's just so many different ways that you can play this game, and I thought it would be kind of fun to try a Seductress edition. So I'm going to go ahead and make my own character so I can have as many children as possible. So for trait, we're going to go with, there's so many here. I wanted yes, beautiful. That gives our fertility plus 30% and attraction opinion is plus 30. We're going to take lustful because that gives us plus 25% fertility. What else do we have? Let's go ahead and do something like brave. And I'm also going to pick gregarious. We'll just top off some of her points here. I think there's any other traits that would be incredibly useful yet. Oh, I'm too far over. And we'll name her about Maria. And we'll change her appearance just a little bit. Change her eye color. And I'd like to change her. Do something fancy. Right, so let's get started. Okay, so first, I need to be on the lookout for people that I can use. Oh, great. That's not very helpful. I didn't start. Oh, did I just erase what I just did? I think I did. Oh, nope, that's me. Okay. Layer air, we will get to that in a moment. I can get any good claims right off the bat with a husband. And he's got a lot of stuff. Bohemia. Bavaria. That's a little bit closer. Oh. Romance. Declaration of love. I am walking the gardens with some of the ladies at court when I notice Pope Alexander of the papacy approaching. I step aside to let him pass, but to my great surprise, he blocks my path and kneels before me. Before I have time to properly process this turn of events, Pope Alexander begins to sing. I quickly recognize the tune. It is a famous Lombard love ballad. I have heard it performed countless times, but never with such skill and passion. The intense emotions of the song are mirrored in Alexander's gaze, which is set on me. He does not look away for a single heartbeat. You flatter me, my lord. To fill my council position. Declared, greetings, Princess Maria of Salerno. Your wisdom and mercy are legendary. I have long coveted your lands, only to be denied possession of them. No more. The time has come for me to finally get what I deserve. Well, that's unfortunate that happened right away. Proof of devotion. Lady Maria, my bonny vision. Pope Alexander of the papacy is kneeling in the dust before me, right hand above his heart. My only desire is to bring you honor and happiness. Pray tell me, how can I prove my love for you? Of pelt plus 20 pride prestige. A cat or dog? I want a furry companion. I thought long and hard, my dearest, Pope Alexander says as he gently places the basket onto my desk. What would the perfect companion for such a clever and independent creature as yourself? And then it hit me. Nothing would fit you better than a cat. Alexander removes the blanket covering the basket, revealing a little kitten. It looks up at me with its big emerald eyes and begins to purr. Oh, I will take such good care of you. And I have to go with Buddy after my cuddly kitty. Request. Lady Maria, let me prove my devotion to you in any way you deem fit. Pope Alexander implores me to engineer a test of his devotion, a feat of my liking. I will have him abstain multiple days from sleep. You gain well rested and sleep deprived. Food, your love for me should be sustenance enough. It's not very nice. Food, your love for me should be sustenance enough. Pope Alexander looked gaunter and gaunter for every day that passed, but even as his body withered, his will and devotion stood strong. I find him to proclaim the challenge won, and the first thing to pass his lips is another promise of faithfulness. My devoted lord. I have been captured and detained against my will by Duke Robert. I am no longer free to return to my court or travel as I wish. I hope this does not last long. Oh, I have time really fast. Free once more. I am no longer held by Duke Robert against my will, and I am free to return home or wherever else I wish. I thought I would never see my lands again. Consul invitation to my vassal. As an influential countess, it is only fair that you have a voice on my council. In recognition of this fact, I hereby offer you the position of Chancellor of Apulia. Nothing's gonna work with him. To my vassal, may you live in harmony and contentment. This war has gone on for too long. and I am glad to put an end to it. I accept your surrender. Need to catch up on this. Yeah, he does not have any land, so I'm not interested. Was not expecting a siege so far. So close to the beginning. I'll get a little bit confused by some of it. This world is full of dangers, even to a countess and her courtiers. As per my request, my servants have inquired after recommendations. Now they have assembled a few options to choose from. The Solf is quite experienced. 50 gold. Kharid seems enthusiastic, if nothing else. Let's go with, apparently, Solf is quite experienced. Gonna recruit some people to court. I really need to find a husband. Or at least start my scheming so I can have some heirs. Let's go ahead and moderate action. One title. One title. Ooh, he's got a lot. Can I seduce him? Not easily. And these guys are... Wait, the Pope wanted something. Guess he doesn't look anymore. Gotta be someone we can seduce. Like anyone's gonna fall for it. $75 gold. Oh. The most prestige, so I'm going to swing the scales of power back my way. Please, someone. None of them are going to be very hard. Could be someone who likes me. Thank you, Eridan. That's not gonna work. My schemes are not working right now. There we go. I can at least romance. Try to do that. The time has come to let my feelings towards Judic Torchator be known. I want him to remember this day for the rest of his life. Love ballad. Declare undying devotion. Secretly plant a letter in his chambers. Write a love poem. Oh, he's chaste. That's probably not going to be that's not really going to help. He's an intellectual. I will write him a love poem. The candle is burning low when I finally finish my poem. Before I send it, I give it one last read. Your masculinity is the rock I cling to in stormy seas. I have no other desire but to feel the embrace of your love, that I may know if your prowess carries off the battlefield. Please be the Odysseus to my Penelope. The waiting is unbearable. The thought of rejection makes me sick to my stomach. When his reply arrives, I tear the seal with shaking hands. While I cannot encourage you, Countess Maria, I am most grateful for your kind words. Yours truly. He won't resist my charms for long. Yeah, I hope I make tons of gold as well. I got thrown in a war right off the bat, though. But that didn't help. Weigh him. Yeah, he doesn't have a plan that's really worth taking. Ooh, he's got a lot of stuff. How old is he? 76. He's gonna die soon. Romance, a rare flower. As my spring blossom and I walk through the gardens, I gesture at the greenery around us. For all their beauty, there isn't a single flower which rivals your own, my lord. There is one, he says with a mischievous voice. A rare orchid from Volga, Bulgaria, which is nearly impossible to cultivate. The monastery ruin in Cagliari is the only place where it thrives in these regions. Surely I can find a merchant willing to sell me one. Surely they must pale compared to your fair visage. We'll need a marshal. Troubadour's dedication. A troubadour will soon be performing for the court. It would be a simple request to have him change the performance to be a dedication to Count Ramon, the target of my affection. 56 chance? Don't have very high chance of that. Let's do it. It will be a bold declaration to my lord. To the brash Maria, I have been corresponding with your chancellor, Mayor Godpert, and it has been a shameful diplomatic display. You are not the woman I thought you were. This has to be some terrible misunderstanding. Where's he? Oh, he's right next door. Greetings, Countess Maria of Salerno. Thank you for your gift of music. The troubadour's performance was greatly appreciated. I always knew you were a woman of impeccable taste. My plan is working. Old foes. I'm back on the battlefield. The mud is clinging to my boots. The rank stench of the dead assaulting my nostrils. Once again, I'm reliving the day Duke Robert of Apulia pressed his claim to my duchy of Salerno. I wake up gasping, cold beads of sweat clinging to my face. All alone in my room, I must deal with these troubles by myself. Obsessed with vengeance for 20 years. I already have the gregarious perk, so that's pretty not helpful. I should try to forget. I hope I can seduce him before he dies. Be very helpful if I picked a lifestyle. Temptation focus. I'm seducing. A walk in the city. It might seem forward, but I have been thinking of inviting Count Ramon to ride with me through the castle town of Crusader. Smoldering chemistry. 60%. Let us stick to back alleys. Who needs the company of others? To the benevolent Maria. Dear Countess Maria, I had so much fun during your visit to the city. I now know parts of the castle town I never thought I would see. The pleasure was all mine. Oh no. The existence of my plot to seduce Count Ramon has been discovered. While my involvement is not yet known, this will make it a lot more difficult to bring my plans to fruition. Curses. Now or never. Count Ramon's reactions to my advances tell me everything I need to know. The time has come to put my plan into action, yet I fear the consequences. Count Ramon's liege, Duke Ramon Berenger, has his agent, and his agents could be hiding in any shadow, listening through any wall. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna go for it. Ramon will be mine. Oh no! As I made my climb up to Count Ramon's window, his shocked scream was not the welcome I had in mind. I have no time to stop him before he runs for the door and flings it open. Help! Guards! There is an intruder in my chambers! Before this night gets any worse, I crawl back the way I came. I may have misjudged his eagerness. Upgrade. Done. 15 months. Could have found myself a spouse from the get-go, and I didn't. Might be useful. I need someone who is of age. Go ahead. Beautiful. Ooh. Children are going to be gorgeous. Greetings, my implacable vassal. I gladly accept your marriage proposal. You will be joined with my nephew Serlo in holy matrimony. May God grant you long life and many children. House's good marital skill led to this. My spy master hates me. I should probably fix that. Your liege Duke Robert the Fox won his war. Melinda has been caught trying to embezzle, abuse of power, and cause 15 strikes. Hello, I'm pregnant. She is not important to you. Greetings, Countess Maria. For too long I have suffered indignities at the hands of Duke Robert. I will not stand idly by while our liege abuses his loyal vassal. I urge you to join me in the fight to depose this tyrant. We will not stand alone. Take care of my spy master. Is not looking good. teacher. I have noticed your interest in the arts of subterfuge, my lady. I might be able to help you to learn even more. My acquaintance Guido smiles intriguingly as he joins me in my gardens. He is renowned as anyone with these sets of skills can get, and I would like to deepen my knowledge of intrigue. Lead the way. Isn't my previous spy master? Cannot take over hostile actions against your diarch. As the days go by, my trepidation grows instead of my belly. Surely it should show more by now. Surely the child would have made itself known. Something must have gone wrong, for I can feel no spark of life within me. I have been captured and detained against my will by Duke Robert. I am no longer free to return to my court. This is the second time I've been imprisoned. I'll perform this task. Prison babies. Well, I'm not pregnant anymore, so no prison baby right now. It's not going so well for me. The character has been captured and is now at the mercy of someone else. I used a card. Oh, who holds me prisoner? Of course, I lost. Not even ready for that. Ransom yourself. You will not accept. Do not have money for it. Never done this before. Ah! Justinian's dream undone. Despite spilling an ocean of blood for their Italian territories through the centuries, Duke Robert the Fox has finally forced the Romans to admit that Sicily is lost to them. Instead, the lands now look to the rest of the peninsula for succor. Basilius Michael protests about as much as can be expected for the loss of a lesser province, but no more than that. Without so much as a single Roman city remaining in the lost lands, there is simply no one left to mourn the death of Justinian's dream. Good riddance. Escape from prison. The same walls, the same routine, the same gruel for food. Every day is just like the last. This prison is eating away at me, and I will stand it no longer. No bars will hold me. Freedom. A moment's distraction. That was all I needed to slip the keys from the guard's belt and behind my back. When darkness falls, I make my way slowly out of my cell, wincing at the screech. As I disappear into the night when I am far away from all, I tilt my head back and laugh. I am free! I think I need to pet my buddy after that. It's time to take a deep breath and find my trusted four-legged friend. Some people say cats are evil and selfish creatures, but no matter how tough life gets, I know she will always be there for me. I find Buddy sleeping on my bed, and as I sit down beside her, I am greeted by a quiet, confused chirp. However, as I start running my fingers through her brown fur, she quickly starts purring in contentment, and the sound seems to relax my whole being. Thank you, my friend. I have to be imprisoned again? Oh, and I just got out of prison, which means I can't do it again. Oh. This is not going so well. Station men-at-arms. Pretty sure that's not going to help me. I have no money. Help me. It's not going to take it. Difficult time. I was woken in the early hours of the morning by two unfamiliar guards. Being led outside, I had no illusions about what was about to happen. As I kneel for Duke Robert's headsman, I experience a moment of serene and perfect clarity. Curse your black soul, Robert. That went horribly. I have to go back. Well, we're just gonna have to start that again. I had no heirs. I'd say that went just about as bad as it could have. I start at the same place. Move around. Try again. Might put more into traits this time. Wake up. Use hostile schemes against their own children. I don't really plan on doing that. Gregarious. Great. Intrigue +3, fertility +20, attraction +40. You get to talent into that later, quite a bit further. 30. Quick. Genius. Beautiful. I think I'm going to increase my intrigue. And one more thing that increases ability. Increases fertility. Intrigue plus. But the other trait, maybe. Intrigue, prowess. Here. Yeah. Intrigue plus 3, striking my 50. Locks to Smith book interact. Oh. To Catholic, so pretty sure if I go deceitful, the Pope won't want me. Well, I'm gonna go with lustful. Get that fertility up. Hierarchy, fertility plus 20. Eager Reveler. Eager Reveler has sampled the intoxicating life of Crusader. Many stats to choose from. Intrigue plus 5. Hostile scheme phase 20 days faster per scheme. Suppose if I really want to be successful, I could just go ahead and tap and just use her now. The Emma this time. There to go back 16. Knock it down. Oops. Take away one of my traits. Am I crazy? Empress, stewardship plus 2. Virtuous to Catholics. That might be helpful. Let me knock you down. I go with temperate. Bright blue eyes. Oh, I kind of like that. I like the ones that have jewelry. Go with wavy sides this time. Fingers crossed this goes better. Faith prefers male rulers. Of course it does. Okay. Probably find myself a spouse right off the bat. Ooh. Lots of goodies. You're just across the sea. He is gregarious, chaste, and compassionate. Fertility minus 25. What about your brothers? Zealous, ambitious, greedy, vengeful, compassionate, fickle. Oh, but he's a genius. Ooh. Might just have to deal with that. Okay. Matrilineal and proposal. Alliance formed to the sensible Emma. I gladly accept your marriage proposal. You will be joined with my son Gavril in holy matrimony. May God grant you long life and many children. Very hard. Got so many titles though. Oh, he's not looking so good. Liege passes law. Your liege Duke Robert has passed the limited crown authority law. Goodness, seduce him. Lots of land. Typical stuff. My steward is absolute shit. Small but meaningful. Not every gift has to be a grand statement of wealth. Smaller things can make a far greater impression as long as they are chosen well. I wonder what Duke Robert would appreciate. Silver locket always close to his heart. A stuffed fox would certainly be unusual. A flower display for the garden at training. What do you like? Robust? How about a stuffed fox would certainly be unusual. Greetings, my sensible vassal. Thank you so much for the stuffed fox you gave me. I can scarce remember the last time I received such a wonderful gift. Anything for you, Robert. Pregnant. Praise be. You're getting the boot because you have 0 skills for that. Raider. Liege goes to war. Greetings, my fair vassal. You have been a loyal and devoted subject, and I wish to reward you for your service. In recognition of this, I hereby offer you the position of spy master of Apulia. Gladly accept. Getting ahead, Both my fellow vassal, Count Abelard, and I are held in esteem by our liege, Duke Robert. However, when it comes to handing out titles, honor, and wealth, one of us will always be first among equals. The upcoming gathering at Trani Castle gives me a chance to ensure that I am the one with the Duke's favor. A smooth talker, this should be easy. Become friendly with him. Will illustrate that God already favors me. I know how to catch Robert's attention. Character is putting an effort to build relationships with other vassals of their liege. We vassals should work together, not against each other. Greetings, my benign vassal. It would please me greatly if you could personally see to little Matilda de Hauteville's education until she comes of age. Of course I would. A mind to mold. Young Matilda, Duke Robert's daughter, has at last arrived from Apulia for her education. Once she is settled in, the lessons will begin. The benevolent Emma. I have been corresponding with your Chancellor, Mayor Walter, and I must say that I have come to see you in a new light. Perhaps you are even someone that I one day would be proud to call my friend. Your silver tongue is shining today, Walter. We have some titles. When my first contraction started, a great calm came over me. There was no room for my worries from before. I was about to perform one of St. Bridget's greatest miracles. After a long but glorious struggle, I brought forth a perfect little son. One day, child, you will carry on my legacy. What name would befit such a mighty lord? Abraham. Much time. What a beautiful engraving. A napper discreetly drops the package next to me. I yawn, barely enduring this woeful feast, and start opening it. Inside is a thin stone slab, roughly engraved, depicting a rather flatteringly endowed man, arm bent into a seductive pose. I glance around the room, stunned, only to see Amory staring back at me. He grins. His eyebrows start wiggling like frenzied caterpillars. You don't have anything I want, sir. Chaste characters in your game. A little respect for you. I gain stress because I'm lustful. My, how firm he was. Since he can't give me anything, how disgusting. Now or never. Duke Robert's reactions to my advances tell me everything I need to know. The time has come to put my plan into action. I think my chances are good, yet I must remember that Duke Robert is always watching. He will be mine. Ooh! Scheme successful. A shiver of anticipation finds its way up my spine as I find my way to Duke Robert's chamber. As soon as he opens the door, he shrugs, smiles impulsively, and pulls me inside with a grip of my blouse. As his arms envelope me, the fire in my chest bursts into flames, and the rest of the night is spent in a warm and fiery haze. Oh, Robert, my spring blossom, let us meet again. I have agonized over it, and the signs are clear. I am with child. It is no cause for joy, as I have no doubt that it is my lover and liege, Duke Robert, who is the real father, rather than my husband Gavril. No one must ever know. He is my rightful heir. We'll need a personal physician. The world is full of dangers, even to a countess and her courtiers. As per my request, my servants have inquired after recommendation. Callisto. She doesn't have a very high opinion of me, so I don't think I want to go with her. The benign Emma. I call on you to honor our alliance and enjoy me in war. $350 fame, that's a lot. To automate these guys. I continue my journey. He only has one title. You have one title and 2 claims. That would be useful. Reduce very hard. Reduced him. I think I can seduce the Pope. Three titles and 1 claim. Ooh, and he's got a very high opinion of me. Romance this guy. The time has come to let my feelings towards Count Roger be known. I want him to remember this day for the rest of his life. Rough terrain expert, brilliant strategist. Sing a love ballad. Go for I will secretly plant a love letter in his chambers. My declaration of love is for Count Roger's eyes only. No one else matters. I pour my heart out, page after page, my feelings growing as I finally put them into words. The ink has barely dried as I set out for Roger's chambers. I gently place the scroll on his bolster. Will he lay here tonight, dreaming of me? The waiting is unbearable. The thought of rejection makes me sick to my stomach. When his reply arrives, I tear the seal with shaking hands. While I cannot encourage you, Countess Emma, I am most grateful for your kind words. Yours faithfully, Roger. He cannot resist my charms for much longer. Troubadour's dedication. Who is this guy? There are often performers at court, but this time we were promised something special and I certainly got it. As the troubadour starts yet another stanza, I try not to show how flattered I am by this dedication, directed at me in front of the entire court. Count Geoffrey has truly outdone himself. A new flame. Over the years, I have received a great deal of portraits from various noblemen, both foreign and local. In town now, they have mostly gathered dust in some attic. Perhaps I should bring them out and select my next romantic pursuit. I could picture myself with someone new. One title and one claim. No, thank you. One title. That's kind of close to me, but that's not much. The odds of romancing him are good. Put him as a keeper. The benign Georgios Patapsis. I wonder if we could make a good match. He does have a pretty high opinion of me. And he's not married. Keeper, put it in the right pile. The serene Robert de Bourgogne. I wonder if we would make a good match. He also is not married and has 2 claims. Keeper, put in the right pile. That was exhausting, but strangely addictive. Now that I have made my selection, I can bring out my quill and write some pretty verses. They are all worthy of my poetry. Flock to me, my lovelies. To the enchanting Countess Emma, your wide hips are a bowl of porridge. that kind of sounds like an insult. I really want to feel your lips touch mine, that I may know the depths of your love, you and me together forever. To the rowdy Countess Emma, your sizable ears are the rock I cling to in stormy seas. I have no other desire but to hear your voice again, that I may know how you smell. You should do everything I want all the time. These aren't exactly persuading me. To the enchanting Countess Emma, your presence is the balm for my weary soul. I have no other desire but to have you close, that I may know if your prowess carries off the battlefield, my darling Emma. I like him. Romance, the request. Lord Roger, let me prove my devotion to you in any way you deem fit. Roger ponders the request for a while before his face lights up. I have been plagued by nightmares lately. If you are truly devoted to me, you will stand guard outside my chambers and make sure no evil reaches me. Gain sleep deprived for 2 years. Leave me undisturbed all night and I will stand guard. You will sleep undisturbed. We managed to stay awake. I have given birth to a beautiful little daughter. She comes into this world blissfully unaware of the secret I must keep. I fear what would happen if someone found out my lover and liege, Duke Robert, is the true father. Oh, little child, what shall be your name? We'll name her after her father. She'll be Roberta. Do you think my husband will catch on? The meat. To my surprise, Count Geoffrey came to the joust meet for young knights in Lanciano. He asked me for a walk on the battlements to discuss ideas for strategies, but I found myself having to shoot down bad suggestion after bad suggestion. Perhaps Geoffrey should keep to matters he knows anything about. What has gotten into him? The rain is pouring down outside. My sensible Count Roger sighs as he looks out the blurred window. Ah, how wretched Messina can be. I wish I had someone to keep me company during long and dreary days. Is my little firebrand a cat person or a dog person, I wonder? I have no idea. Clever cat will keep him happy. A loyal dog would make an excellent companion. He loses opinion if I give him an animal? Fear not, Roger. I will always be at your side. Team at court. My spy master has come to me with grave news. While we do not yet know who, someone is plotting against me. We must stop the villain behind this. My ward, Matilda, has been asking me for a toy boat for a long time, and I told her I would get one for her in 3 months if she displayed more focus in her studies. She responded that she was fine with her current dedication to her studies, reward or no reward. Bossy already is content, keeps the tray content. Excuse me. We all learn to live with our lot in life. A bloom in the wilderness. For the 3rd night in a row, I'm sitting at the same table, the same inn, with an excellent view of the bar and the captivating barkeep behind it. My daydream is interrupted when my Chancellor Mayor Walter slams his tankard down on the table. I have seen you gawking at Odo all night, he whispers with a sly smile. I do not blame you. He is an enchanting man. Do you want me to make introductions? Oh, he is beautiful, but we would not. Some help, I wrap Odo around my finger. Want to do this myself? I am just here for the drinks. I am just here for the drinks. Ooh, the knights don't have very good prowess. A lord's honor. By God, Count Roger is an insufferable buffoon. Have you seen how he rolls his eyes? Ridiculous. Mayor Anfro of Squillis throws his head back with a wicked laugh. Roger is still conversing with his friends, but I can tell he heard him. I hate to see him hurt. Untitled. Lies, draw your sword, swine. 61. Oh, Roger, he couldn't be more. Oh, Roger, he couldn't be more wrong. Everyone's got a good opinion of me. Roger. Well, a sensual proposal. My fellow vassal, Count Geoffrey, has made his way into my life with sweet words and sweeter touches. Late at night, I struggle to keep him off my mind. The feeling smoldering between us will seem either burst into flames or die out. He does have a title. That would be useful. Want to dwell forever in the inferno. This is a romance that will burn bright but short. Might become my lover if I do that. Let's go that way. I want to dwell forever in the inferno. Unto the breach. As the shadows lengthen, I see Count Geoffrey approach me in the darkness beneath the castle wall, smiling as he whispers, "You know why I have come." I go towards him, hesitantly at first, then eagerly. My pulse quickens as he pulls me close. In the shade of the wall we make love, the guards patrolling above oblivious to our passion. Oh. My lover and liege, Duke Robert, has revealed that I am seeing Count Geoffrey in secret. With the truth spreading like wildfire, our passion may not have been as hidden as we would like to believe. Who are they to judge? And I go on a pilgrimage. I'm going to go on a pilgrimage to try to get a little bit of my piety back. One high chance of danger in the mountains. I need a mountaineer. Why? Oh, why does it change that? What do I need? Oh, go on with it. Pilgrimage, a fresh start. All the while preparing for my journey, I've had this sense of serenity and knowing that everything will be all right. I am pleased to embark on this pilgrimage to Roma in order to get even closer to God, and now more than ever, I feel certain that He will watch over me on my travels. Unfaithful. My husband Gavril's tears hurt far worse than harsh words ever could. I stand crestfallen as he wipes his cheeks with a handkerchief. I know I might not be the perfect husband, but I deserve better than this. We both do. I beg of you, come to your senses and leave that churl. It is not too late to make things better. Gavril loses 20 opinion of you. Count Gavril loses the unfaithful opinion towards you. Suppose I can afford to lose him. He only has one title. I will do anything to deserve your forgiveness. Where with him? Oh, hello. Pilgrimage, a desire for intimacy. How long has it been since I last felt the warmth of another person against my skin? This pilgrimage has taken me far away from my home, as well as my comforts. Oh, how I yearn for the desires of flesh. These fantasies won't stop flooding my mind, and I feel myself tempted to give in to my desires so that I can focus. God, I know this feeling is sin. Why must you test me so harshly? Is my pilgrimage not enough to prove my devotion? Just one night for comfort. You spend 100 piety, you lose stress. Whorehouse. I don't know if there's going to be a whorehouse on the way during my pilgrimage, though. Trying to get a little bit of trust back. I must stay strong and focus on my pilgrimage. Romance intruder. Every time I close my eyes, I see Count Roger's face. Sleep will not come. I cannot wait another moment. Cloaked in shadows, I make my way to his castle. The sight of Roger's chamber window makes my heart stutter. So close, and yet so far. But wait, who is that climbing up the tower? A shady figure stops by Roger's window and unlatches the shutters. My sweetheart is in danger. I must save him. The sounds from the struggle above is the greatest motivator I have ever known. Without care for life or limb, I hoist myself through Count Roger's window. I feel as if I have plunged into a frozen lake. Roger is on the floor, the intruder pushing him down, a gleaming blade between them. With a roar, I grab the villain by the collar and throw her into the wall. The rest is a blur. When the damage is over, I turn towards him. "What are you doing here?" he asks, his voice trembling. I raise my hands, a gesture of peace, but he draws his dagger. "Do not come any closer. Leave at once, or I will hurt you." I only tried to help. Roma, shrines and pilgrims. At a distance. How did I help my lover if I'm on a pilgrimage anyway? At a distance. Hey, KZ. What's up with you? Doing pretty well. At distance, the city of Roma is a forest of towers and a maze of stone buildings. As we approach, the scenery shifts. Ruins of monuments, walls, and ancient churches coexist with farm and grazing animals. Pilgrims seem to be everywhere, bartering, conversing, and queuing to shrines and tombs of the city's saints. Mansions of forgotten aristocrats now serve as hostels for the faithful. My suffragan bishop, Rosalind, muses thoughtfully. "My liege, we could spend time here to study their customs." Lose 50 gold. Spend time contemplating the nature of Christ. I will spend time contemplating the nature of Christ. Gain the trait wise woman. Pilgrims flock to Rome from all over the Christian world. Some follow the Via Francigena. Others take less well-known paths. In the end, we all converge here at St. Peter's Basilica, where the great man himself was put to rest. Standing here with the other pilgrims, I sense a feeling of solemn unity and fellowship shared amongst the gathered, all having overcoming various trials and tribulations along their journey. I have walked my holy path. Espionage lovers. Well, I recently really fell in love with Kingdom Come Deliverance. And I've always been a pretty big history buff, So I kind of started exploring more medieval games, story-driven games, because I kind of like doing the voices. It's fun. While investigating for my lover and liege, Duke Robert, I have uncovered a secret held by Count Fulquist of Touraine. He has been engaged in carnality with Constance, running his hands across the duchy's body, locking lips in all manner of ways. Oh, the scandal, if this was to become public knowledge. KZ, I don't just play medieval games. I play a lot more other stuff on my own time as well. A lot of like BioWare role-playing type things. I have agonized over it, and the signs are clear. I am with child. It is no cause for joy, as I have no doubt that it is my fellow vassal, Count Geoffrey, who is the real father, rather than my husband, Gabriel. Pretty sure they already were mad about me. No one must ever know. I'll pray. Yes, Count Geoffrey is the father. I was left with no choice but to confess. At least it is only my husband that knows. What happens now? During our pilgrimage to Roma, I can't help but return to the local market, perusing the wares. One stand in particular catches my attention. The merchant grins at me and proclaims, "I have the wares if the lady has the coin." These exotic goods presented would surely make a nice profit at home, or maybe I could even save them as a gift. Character is carrying exotic wares that can be sold back home. Worldly possessions. How mundane. Oh yeah, KZ, I would love that. I love all history. Markets of Vaticano are bustling with merchants shouting in languages that I've never heard and selling spices that I've never tasted. The Guide of the Pilgrim! Learn the safest routes! Discover the marvels of Vaticano! One of them yells, waving a small book in my direction. God shall guide me. Religious procession. Is that big near me? Pilgrimage silence. The echo of my own footsteps is the only sound in the church. I am alone. The last thing I remember from the outside world is the face of those beggars near the gate and the blue, blue sky, so distant now. I walk towards the altar knowing that it's only me, and yet I feel under an unyielding scrutiny. The severe eyes of God are always wide open. The character has shown an interest in secular architecture, clergy opinion plus. Let's just go ahead and make this an ultra-pious pilgrimage. Time at this sacred site draws to an end. I am satisfied in knowing that most, if not all, of my decisions throughout our brief but intense journey has been taken to prove my devotion to the Lord and Christianity. This being my first pilgrimage, and while no pilgrimage is exactly alike, I feel confident that I am more familiar with what to expect from this type of spiritual journey in the future. Roma, it has been an honor. Pilgrim. Determined pilgrim. Yeah, I have 2 children. I should probably educate them. Okay, I haven't had my affair partner's child yet. A cultural fascination. Ever since entering Lanciano, I have been treated much like an animal in a spectacular garden. The people stare in amazement at the mere way I speak and carry myself. As we make our way through, I am suddenly approached by a peculiar and enthusiastic man who, unlike the rest of the crowd, seems to speak the old vulgar. My word, so it's true. A Norman countess here of all places. I have long admired Norman customs, and I've even learned the old vulgar in my own time. What an honor it is. Teach me about your people. My journey has been a long one, but I have finally come home again. While much remains the same, something has changed in how the priests and bishops treat me. I've undergone the journey of a holy woman, and they insist it has changed something about me. Whether I can see it myself or not, it is good to be home. No night. My dear you, your plea is just, and I find myself swayed by your arguments. I hereby pardon you of any and all current crimes in the eyes of the Duchy of Apulia. In perpetuity, you shall remain a free woman. Oh, thank you so much for the suggestion. I will definitely check that book out. Defeat. I'm not going to worry about plagues, but in my area. For a little money. An influential countess, it is only fair that you have a voice on my council. In recognition of this fact, I hereby offer you the position of spy master of Apulia. That was my love. Yep, my lover's dead. And this dude's 8 years old, so we're not going. Educate my children. I already did for him. Fertility plus 30. View space link 20 days faster. How old now? I am 19 and I have 3 children. I've given birth to a beautiful little son. He comes into this world blissfully unaware of the secret I must keep. I fear what would happen if someone found out my fellow vassal Count Geoffrey is the true father. Part of me wants to name my son after Geoffrey, but I fear that would not be wise. So I will. Real father knows. Because I named it after him. To the fair Emma, for too long I have suffered indignities at the hands of Duke Roger. I will not stand idly by while our liege abuses his royal vassals. I urge you to join me in the fight to depose this tyrant. Oh, I see you didn't wait. Wandering heart. Tonight, for the dozenth time, I find myself lounging next to a guttering fire with Adam. Company just feels so natural, so easy. Like he has been staying in Lanciano for years instead of weeks. If only Adam agreed to stay permanently, then these long, lazy evenings could last forever. Of course, with the right nudge. He doesn't own anything, though. Let me show you just how hospital I can be. Go, a toast to your company. I have 55% plus fertility. Go ahead and bump it up. What does he have? 2 titles? Can't seduce. Romance. Go ahead and romance him. Got some claim. After I finish learning the language. Really wish you could do more than that. There's no end to the opinions and wants of my son and heir Abraham. Half of the time he is trying to tell me what to do instead of the other way around. Formidable or aggravating, a fine line to walk. Greetings, my benevolent liege. I have come to discover a most appalling truth about Mayor Drogo. Though I loathe bringing this matter to your attention, I must inform you that this man is keeping secrets of the most alarming kind from you. Click on him. Concern is deeply appreciated. Plus 83, I'm not ending it. Concern is deeply appreciated, Walter. Thank you so much, Casey. I think I'm going to be doing some reading here in the near future. Master of Capua. Who are you? Ooh, he has a lot of titles. A daughter to marry off to him. I do. What's that? We went. Okay, we'll find stuff. We can get power. Bohemia would be good. Maybe I'll do Croatia's clothes. Lot of claim. Gotta do it. Well, and beautiful. Gladly accept your betrothal proposition. Your daughter Roberta will be betrothed to my son and heir Hugo. I've prowled through documents, both ancient and of less certain province. I finally have enough material to make the case that you are the rightful lady of the county of Reggio Calabria. All that is missing is one little bribe. Be it done. Oh, thank you so much for the follow. After lots of hard work, I finally learned the Italian vulgar language. Endless hours practicing accentuation, sleepless nights mimicking inflection, countless lessons mastering intonation. It was all worth it in the end. During my efforts, I looked to emulate Lupu's accent. I am sure that he would be impressed with my results. And of course, Sicilian peasants now respect me a great deal more. Feel accomplished. War score. That doesn't look so very to me. A title. Yeah. No, he's not my lover, but oh, that's right. They found us that way. The evening meal. How do you like the stew, my lady? Mixed in with pieces of vegetables are fatty chunks of meat, the stringy texture interrupted with what looks to be short and sparse fur. When asked about the ingredients, my private cook, Torold, only smiles and tries to placate me. My only wish is to serve you, my lady. Managed to sneak and control my way into the kitchen. He thinks he can keep a secret from me. As I enter the kitchen, it lies dark and empty, the air heavy with smoke. In a corner, I find Torold's cookbook covered in stains. When cooking liver, it has been noted that excessive beer consumption can significantly lower the quality of the organ. A cold feeling settles in my chest as I turn to another page. However, when cooking younger children beneath the age of, whoa! Horrible. Bring me his head. I am not a cannibal. To walk through Lanciano is to be treated to a dreadful symphony of human suffering. Pestilence has come to this once thriving metropolis. The infected are covered from head to toe in rashes that are hot to the touch. Already people are calling this affliction Serene Doge Domenico's fever, and it is happening on my own doorstep. At least half of the peasant population have been infected, and it's only a matter of time until it spreads to the nobility. It is a little bit rough. Position, right? Summon the physician. The dim, flickering light of Callisto's infirmary illuminates the scene as it lays out a plan of attack. Those afflicted with Serene Doge Domenico's fever are tormented by camp fever like I've never seen before. This plague risks destabilizing the entire realm. Our people and crops will be decimated if we do not take radical action. Ultimately, the exact strategy for preventing the spread of this plague is mine to take. Desperate measures. The disease, which was set to spread like a flame to paper across my realm, has slowed to a crawl. The radical measures proposed by Callisto have taken a toll on the economy in the short term, but Serene Doge Domenico's fever may not quite be the threat we had all feared. Ah! Am I dying? Ooh, I look terrible. I have heard stories about brave soldiers dying like flies before they even set foot on the battlefield. But me, a countess, this aching, feverish nightmare is not a fate meant for me. As yet another meal forces its way up my throat, I pray for redemption, my nostrils stinging with the sharp stench of bile. Do not worry, my lady. Typhus is treatable, I assure you. It is too late for caution. A medical miracle. The red powder was tantalizing in color. The servant had made the mistake of tasting it in pure form. His tongue had swollen up badly, and Callisto had chastised him firmly for it. Callisto poured the spice into the chalice of water and stirred it meticulously before feeding me a spoonful. Strangely enough, I can no longer feel any symptoms. It's a miracle. As a scholar of the diplomatic arts, I am well aware of the power of an eloquent compliment. Showing admiration for a man's best quality is a sure path to his heart. A poem complimenting his ambition and lust for life. Grave news reaches me. My son and heir Abraham has fallen ill with typhus. The future is uncertain. Death lingers closely by his bedside, yet all is not lost. Abraham might survive should luck be on his side. Only God knows his fate. The physician wants to know how my son should be treated. Time has come for drastic measures. Everybody's dying. Grave news reaches me. My husband Gavril has now fallen ill with typhus. Time has come for drastic measures. My spy master has come to me with grave news. While we do not yet know who, someone is plotting to kill my husband, Count Gavril. It does not look too well either. We must stop the villain behind this. I make sure to pass through Bari on the day of a practice jousting meet. Count Geoffrey's officers are milling about, instructing young knights, and I found Geoffrey wandering among them. Whatever intentions I had, his attention is clearly on his duties as the lord of these soldiers. I want to hear all about your plans for tax season. You are now known as the Accursed. Ooh. My liege, have you heard what they call you? My courtier Cornelio says to me while running a hand through his hair. They call you Countess Emma the Accursed. Not what you would call flattering, perhaps, but it's unlikely that you can do anything to change it. Better get used to it. Jerk. I tried to discuss the coming tax season, how to ensure Geoffrey would have the means to feed his army. Unfortunately, Geoffrey's thoughts were elsewhere, and he quickly left me behind in order to focus on the novice warriors. I hope he forgets this day quickly. As I walk down the halls, I hear some muffled laugh. That noise. I'm not used to hearing it so clear and bright. I push the half-open door, and there in front of me is my son and heir Abraham, seemingly recovered from typhus. My beloved son and heir is well once more. It's difficult not to shed a tear of joy. Yes, Geoffrey will be mine. I find my fellow vassal, Count Geoffrey, waiting eagerly. Seeing him before me, the need is too great to control. He reaches a gentle hand around my neck, pulling my lips closer. For a moment I resist, but only a moment. I keep going, past any point of exhaustion or reason. There is nothing but the two of us. With one last, all-consuming kiss, it ends. This moment will return in my dreams for the rest of my life. It was too good to be a one-time thing. Margrave Ottokar of Steiermark has announced to the world that he and his vassals have converted to Coptic. Having become disillusioned with the teachings of the Catholic priests, the nobles of Steiermark no longer consider the clergy to be righteous and true and are distancing themselves from their former religious institutions. They are instead professing themselves Copts, whose doctrines they feel better align with God's will. Faith differs in a way that is not particularly significant. Intermarriage may still happen. And usurp their titles. I don't get it. but I guess it makes them happy. Visiting the local market, a merchant from a faraway land catches my attention. Come closer, my lady. Marvel at treasures never before seen in these lands. I had to blend into the populace to get these beauties out. Truly a harrowing experience. This merchant might have more to give me than marvels from afar. Maybe hostile scheme phase length 10 days slower. Her scheme phase. He will tell me what he knows. My stress is fine, so what is threatened merchant? Popular opinion -20. He will tell me what he knows. Pregnancy. What is that, 4? She's betrothed. He's my heir. Loser 1. Duke Guy. Who is Duke Guy? My liege. Who's this guy? I'm going to seduce him. Callisto gained 10 trait experience. Unshackled Lust removes your attraction penalties in seduce schemes. Can use the seduce intent freely. Enticing opportunity, seduce fade 20 days faster. That would be useful right now. I still only have one lover. Beneath those layers, how should I approach Count Jordan? He seems like a reserved individual who prefers silence as a companion. At least that's how he appears on the surface. Who knows what sort of person he is in private? Is he meek and submissive, or perhaps passionate and fiery? I'll find out once I have breached his stony exterior. For now, I have to decide how to make myself remain in his thoughts after spending some time alone. Be as gallant and charming as possible. Approach him tenderly as a friend. Let's see, what are his perks? Diligent, sadistic. So he likes the suffering of others. Let's do be as gallant and charming as possible. I managed to get a moment alone with Count Jordan. I bide my time, balancing flattery and conversation. Then as the right mood settles, I reach out and clasp Jordan's hand in mine. I lay bare my feelings for Jordan and declare my undying love for him. Not even in my wildest dreams could I have imagined you were this passionate, Emma, he exclaims while desperately fanning himself. While he doesn't respond to my proclamation in kind, I'm certain that the shade of red on his ears is due to him blushing ferociously at my bold words. It shouldn't be long before he reciprocates my feeling. He does not like me. What? Count Gavril has been murdered. My dear Gavril, I might not have loved you, yet I feel you're passing more acutely than I ever thought possible. You were always there, my constant companion. Did I take you for granted? There are so many things I left unsaid. I hope you find peace. Probably die because of all my adultering. Actually, let's find a spouse now that my hubby's dead. That's a lot of land. It's really far away. Pretty closer. Oh, decently far. He has 6 titles. He's pretty close. Which one was he? Duke Vladimir. Where was that? Cynical, calm, just. Lisping. He's part of the same family. Impatient, arrogant. Don't think I want to marry him. What about this guy? Barcelona. Are they gonna accept? Yes, they will. And he's beautiful. Oh. Definitely send a proposal. To the benign Emma, I gladly accept your marriage proposal. You will be joined with my son, Berengar Ramon, in holy matrimony. Pray that you together can find redemption and atonement as well as happiness. I'm not pregnant right now. I have one lover. Working on another. Speed up time a little bit. There we go. I thought I was pregnant. My relief is great, and my joy even greater. I have given birth to a perfect little son. Who will you become, my child, and what shall I call you? I think I'm going to name him Gavril after his late father. My beloved's balcony. Count Jordan's windows are lit by a warm glow, and even from the ground I can see movement. My pulse thrums loudly in my ears. Both courting the chance to bed him as well as visiting Capua has left me in deep waters. Jordan, look outside. Attempt to gain his attention in an unobtrusive way. He likes it if I go up to him. I will go up to him. As soon as I reach Count Jordan's balcony, he steps outside with a grimace on his face. What silly stunt is this, Emma? You cannot. You are a countess. This is not appropriate. Once that I'd gained it. Thought for sure it'd be okay. While investigating my liege, Duke Guy, I have uncovered a secret held by my lover, Count Geoffrey. He schemed from the shadows to have Count Guy. He murdered my husband. And his wife's in jail. Sure have an interesting way of showing your love, Count Geoffrey. Not only cruel and heartless, dishonorable as well. Did I kill him? I am mad at him now. Well, after I do this romance. Count Jordan's reactions to my advances tell me everything I need to know. Time has come to put my plan into action. I think my chances are good, yet I must remember that Count Jordan's cousin, Duke Guy, is always watching. Jordan will be mine. Success. Your presence is the balm for my weary soul. My heart yearns to be by your side, that I may know the radiant aura of your soul. How I long for you. No sooner have I read the letter delivered from Count Jordan than I am on my way to his chambers. Becomes my lover. My actions will answer his words. Oh. How old is this kid? 11, and he's getting wasted. When the shouting and barking starts, the castle walls of Napoli are still uncomfortably close. Before anyone can spot me, I dismount and hide behind some trees by the side of the road. My heart is thundering like a drum as the hunting party gallops past. Hurry! Countess Emina cannot have gotten far. What will happen to us now? My secret exposed. My liege, Duke Guy, has revealed that I am seeing Count Jordan in secret. With the truth spreading like wildfire, our passion may not have been as hidden as we would like. Who are they to judge? My husband, Berenger Ramon's tears hurt far worse than harsh words ever could. I stand crestfallen as he wipes his cheeks with a handkerchief. I know I might not have been the perfect husband, but I deserve better than this. We both do. I beg of you, come to your senses and leave this bampot. It's not too late to make things better. I cannot deny my feelings for Jordan. I've agonized over it, and the signs are clear. I am with child. Is no cause for joy, as I have no doubt that it is my lover, Count Jordan, who is the real father. No one must know. Count Jordan has sought me out, laying a hand on my belly. He looks at me with a concerned expression. I just want to hear you say it. I already know it is mine. The child is yours, Jordan. I feel like if I tried to murder him, I'd definitely be found out. Low. A good spy master. What is mystical communion? I will reach for the presence of God in transfixed ecstasy. You gain 300 learning lifestyle. Divine guidance. Mystic. Maybe unforeseen side effects. Team success chance against own courtier. Yes. The attraction. Moves your attraction penalties into use. I've given birth to a beautiful little son. He comes into this world blissfully unaware of the secret I must keep. Fear what would happen if someone found out my lover, Count Jordan, is the true father. A part of me wants to name my son after Jordan, but I fear that would not be wise. I'll go ahead and name him Jordy. And Where'd he go? Where'd Jordy go? Jordy! Going to... Wait. Muted heritage. All the way in France. That doesn't seem super helpful. Countess or peasant, high or low, it does not matter. In the end, we are all mortal. I was reminded of this as I woke coughing in the early morning hours, a dull ache pounding through my head and throat. My body is raked by shivers and weakness, my head leaking from every orifice. Oh, thank you, Cheeseball, for the follow. I heard that wheezing from across the court, my lady, Callisto. My physician pokes his head into my chamber. Should you require it, I know a fair number of suitable remedies. Too late for caution. Callisto approached me with a small knife. He held my arm steady and made a precise incision, barely breaking my skin. He then proceeded to press something foul against the wound. A quick glance at the substance was all I could stomach. Strangely enough, I can no longer feel any symptoms. It's a miracle. I really think that's part of the fun with streaming this particular game, is kind of getting into it and trying to do little voices. Plus, I'm still relatively new, so I still like reading most of the stuff. I better make him happy with me. Yeah. Education at an... Oh! Oh, I just appointed him and he died. My ward Matilda has come of age, and it is time she left my care. Despite always seeming to seek authority and order, Matilda has not become as proficient as expected in the administration of lands and people. Few would be impressed by her understanding of the subject. She has at least developed a sound grasp on the basics of management and the beginnings of a sensible frugality. Until we meet again. He's imprisoned? 3,000 hours? Yeah, I'm at like maybe 25. I have been playing it a bit outside my stream, though. I'm liking it a lot. There's just so many different things you can do. Gold. Your ransom. Wonderful. I have agonized over it, and the signs are clear. I am with the child. Oh, it's with Jeffrey again. No one must ever know. Is it truly my child you carry? My husband asks. I swear to God, if you lie to me. Of course it's yours. Oh. I am happily soaking in the bathhouse, sharing deep reflections and salacious jokes with Amory. As I feel all tension leaving my body, I realize that it's not just the warm water loosening my muscles. I am genuinely having fun, and it's all because of Amory's company. Until we discovered our common passion for bathhouses, we hadn't had any chance to really interact or to get to know each other that well. Now, I really look forward to our regular rendezvous there, as they are always filled with laughter and merriment. Have we truly become friends? Oh, or perhaps something more? he doesn't have anything for me. We'll be friends. What a beautiful carving. A launderer discreetly drops the package next to me. I yawn, barely enduring this woeful feast, and start opening it. Inside is a wooden plate awkwardly carved, depicting a rather flatteringly endowed man form bent into a seductive pose. I glance around the room, stunned, only to see Callisto staring back at me. He grins, and his eyebrows start wiggling like frenzied caterpillars. Oh, he's my physician. We're closer to forming an intimate relationship. It looks simply delicious. Yeah, I was wondering about that cheese ball. Next time I go through, I'll probably be a little more careful. Given birth to a beautiful little daughter, she comes in the world blissfully unaware of the secret I must keep. Call her Christina. For every birth, the cordiality shown me grows. As I hold my newborn babe in my arms, I am greeted by more warmth and kindness than ever before. I guess I do have quite the impressive gathering of children. Self-assured son and heir Abraham has been released from his imprisonment at the hands of Count Geoffrey and is once again free. Counselor left court. Left his position in your court after gaining a title. I was gonna say that's my husband, isn't it? Night, for the dozenth time, I find myself lounging next to a guttering fire with Adam. Oh, this guy again. Company just feels so natural, so easy, like he has been staying here for years instead of weeks. Only Adam agreed to stay permanently, and these long, lazy evenings could last forever. Has nothing to give me, though. It's a weak hook on you. You lose stress. A toast to your company. Agonized over it, the signs are clear. I am with child, and it is my lovers yet again. No one must ever know. Shorty, that's the one I want. I thought the other guy was the... My late husband's kid. I sworn I had with 3 already. Hi, Josie Bowen. I am doing well. How are you doing? Following the death sentence of a lowly thief, I asked my son and heir Abraham what he thought. He claimed he had learned a lesson about not reaching for more than one can handle. Temperate would be good. Must be taught the proper execution of the law. Time to show him how little God cares. Stream's going pretty well so far, I'd say. Given birth to a beautiful little son, he comes into this world blissfully unaware of the secret I must keep. I fear what would happen if someone found out my lover, Count Geoffrey, is the true father. Eustace, I like that name. I'm going back to that. Where'd it go? Or not. Benedict. Benedict, my son. Subtle desire removes the rank difference penalty from your seduced scheme. Removes the incestuous penalty. So we can play that way, huh? I mean, I guess it's accurate for the time, but still. Accusations. My husband, Count Ramon, has been tense lately. When we find ourselves alone, it finally becomes apparent why. Please be honest with me, he says in a grave tone. Is there someone else? Have you taken a lover? Of course not. I make my way back from church. Tachlafa approaches me with a list. Emma, I know you, and I both engage in the pleasures of the flesh that the priest would have us deny. After all, who can tell us how God would want us to live? We clearly have more in common than not, and I think you and I should spend more time together, away from the rotten brains of simple people. What say you? While tempting, you don't have anything to give. I gain 8 stress. Grow closer to forming a friendship. Gains 15 opinion of me. Ah, he's my spy master. Oh. That's gonna push me to breaking point, but I don't really want to get in a relationship with him. My sinful thoughts are not a thing to be proud of. Yeah, there it is. Lately, it feels like I am constantly being distracted by grievous thoughts and erotic fantasies. With all the hardships of my everyday life, it is all too easy to lose myself in daydreams and forget about reality. These desires are clearly interfering with my life, but what should I do about them? A trip to the brothel works for me. How low is his fertility that he's athletic? Huh. Count Geoffrey again. 3 for my late husband. Oh, that's right, because they're all technically his, even though I didn't confess. My lady, it has been a pleasure to be your guest here in Lanciano, Adam stammers as he readies for departure. I got to meet you, That alone made my stay worth it, but still, I beg you, would you spend a night of passion with me before I leave? Adam has fallen for my subtle manipulation. Now, how should I capitalize on this opportunity? Ooh, he has a title. Ah, I cannot. Now off you go. Anyone can buy a token of affection, big or small. If I want to impress Mayor Walter, I should send him something truly special. Faith hostility advantage. All faiths have a relation towards each other. Faith. Two faiths are tough soldier, honest, and faithful. Seashell, a reminder of our first meeting. Should acquire an especially rare book for him. Doesn't look like he's... Do a seashell, a reminder of our first meeting. Thank you so much for the seashell you gave me. I can scarce remember the last time I received such a wonderful gift. Religious head established. I've been streaming. This is the 5th week that I've been streaming, so still relatively new. Yeah, I'm having fun so far. Figured it'd be a good way to talk to some new people. Been a few weeks since I gave birth to my little Elizabeth, yet I am still bound to bed. As days go by without much improvement, my joy is consumed by a terrible weariness. Shouldn't my strength be returning by now? The grim smell of bubbling tinctures and mashed cells assaults my senses as I make my way through to my physician Callisto's workroom. He looks up from an unction that he is preparing. The time has come, my lady. I know of several ways to treat your cold. Why, I'm fairly certain a simple tincture would suffice. The choice is yours, and yours alone, he grimaces. It will not be pleasant. Like, are you asking in general? Because in general, I'm focusing on more like medieval type games. Ooh, like me there. Not believe my eyes when Callisto pulled a severed hand from his satchel. The black spots on its fingers sent chills down my spine, and I demanded to know where he got it from. He only hushed me and proceeded to rub the severed hand against my chest. The treatment was almost as unpleasant as my symptoms, yet it seems to have been effective. While I am not fully cured, I feel much better. Mayor Walter's windows are lit by a warm glow. Even from the ground, I can see movement inside. My pulse thrums loudly in my ears, both courting the chance to bed him as well as visiting. Veste has left me in deep waters. Walter, look outside and shine up my night. Like the seashell last time, I will leave a seashell for him to find along with a note. son and heir Abraham has been impressed with one of the household knights for a very long time. After finally meeting in person, he has been repeating the warrior's words to himself. Work hard and you can master anything. Indeed, hard work will bring him where he wants. As far as my streaming schedule goes, I've been doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday, noon to 4. I might do more in the future. I don't know yet. Two seashells waiting for me in my chambers. No note or greeting. But I swear I can still smell the sweet scent of the benevolent Mayor Walter in the air. He doesn't look so well. Mayor Walter's reactions to my advances tell me everything I need to know. The time has come to put my plan into action. I think my chances are good, yet I must remember that Mayor Walter's liege, Countess Emma, is always watching. While considering I'm his liege, I think we'll be fine. Probably. Try to... Here it is. Turn off the nudity. Mayor Walter and I crouched side by side, the majestic heart in front of us, unaware of our presence. My own attention is unwavering, especially as Walter's shirt brushes against me. When I reach over to embrace him, I find that he also had his attention elsewhere. As the heart disappears into the forest, our naked flesh is already cradled by the soft earth as well as each other. For us to be together is only natural. Odd smell. Waking up in the morning beside my lover Geoffrey. I sigh and stretch out languidly, only to catch a glimpse of my beloved wrinkling his nose. I open my mouth to inquire further, only to have Geoffrey recoil even further. Listen, Emma, my love, he starts quickly, as if the words were tumbling out of his mouth by accident. This is difficult to bring up, but you've not been smelling particularly fresh recently. Dumbfounded, I give my armpit an inquisitive sniff. Well, perhaps he has a point. We need to find a way to fix this. I yawn tiredly. Geoffrey leads me excitedly into a nearby town. He had insisted on traveling out as soon as possible, which in hindsight is somewhat insulting, and we made our way through the small crowds to where a fruit and herb vendor was peddling their wares. Right, Geoffrey said expectantly. Choose from one of these. They'll make the initial scent come off fresh and fruity. He rolls his eyes at my nonplussed expression. We're making a perfume, of course. Perfume artifact. I'm a cheapskate. I don't have money. Is this the fig? After my choice a week ago, I had almost forgotten about Geoffrey's quest to fabricate me a fragrance. I only remembered when he stopped dead in the street and wheeled around on his heel, dragging me to a spice merchant at the side of the road. These would be perfect, he cooed. Anything here would be perfect for the heart of the perfume. I look over the assembled spices and incense, so many of them foreign and exotic to my eye. I do like cardamom. Passing a vendor at the edge of a forest selling what appears to be types of wood and their related products, I only manage to have the feeling of rising dread for a second before Jeffrey's eyes light up and he pulls me over to them. Now these would be exactly fit for our purposes. He indicates some of the rarer woods and their resins piled to the left of the merchant. These would give the smell such a powerful base and make it last for an entire day. Oak is a fine wood. Despite myself, I've ended up quite enjoying my hunt for perfumery ingredients. It is with some anticipation, then, that I hear of a vendor in a local town who carries several highly rare and coveted items that might interest me. I look over the wares. A few reeds of dried grass, a white powder, and what looks like some dull, crumbly gray rocks. The merchant looks at me expectantly as Jeffrey regards the wares. Well, this dried grass smells good at least. I suppose the white powder would reduce down well. Did you say this was whale vomit? Well, this dried grass smells good at least. Having supplied a local artisan with all my collected ingredients a few days ago, it is with delight and trepidation that I unwrap the leather binding of the resultant perfume. Inside is a small, simple bottle containing a mix of colors, at first black, but when I hold it up to the light, it turns a magnificent Tyrian purple. I open the crude stopper, and my olfactory senses are caressed by the smell. I call over Jeffrey excitedly, and the two of us marvel as the fragrance wafting around the room. Feel the richest woman in the world. The trinket. I must rescind your appointment. How dare you? Never would I have thought that a woman could have too much passion, yet it seems life has proved me wrong. Some days I feel as if my spare time is nothing but talking about God with Jeffrey, gazing at the stars alongside Jordan, and sating Walter's seemingly boundless lust. For how long can I go on like this? These men will be the end of me. Romance is not about quantity, but quality. I woke this morning and observed the first rays of sunshine. It took me a moment to realize I had slept soundly for the first time in weeks. I did not wake up coughing once. It has been a long road back to health, but I find myself in its warm embrace once more. What do I get from this? Oh, small boost, prestige. Attraction plus 8. Undoing. Near Marshall to increase. In county on count purchase task will be aborted. He is unmarried. Probably arranged. Can we get any power? Gain a little bit of something from Go ahead and send proposal. You can no longer critically fail Seductress. Gladly accept your betrothal proposition. Betrothed, yes. Unmarried, unmarried. Daughter, daughter. Go ahead and see if we can get some more power this way. Oh, like this. That would be good. If you couldn't tell with the map moving all over the place. Okay. I am trying to find my daughter Ace. God, old as that. And 93. Relative close. I'm gonna go ahead and betroth her. Her to Cola Man. I wonder if anyone would accept matrimony. Minus 99. Accept. Here your army. See if she'll accept. Gladly accept your betrothal. Will it work? Well, it's been 10 years. Wonder. Like it'd be very hard to do that. Probably cut. Comfort eater, I don't. Pickle and Celis. Pay him. Working. It doesn't look like he's happy. Rosalind. Oh, I have agonized over it, and the signs are clear. I am a child. It is no cause for joy, as I have no doubt that it is my lover, Count Jordan, who is the real father, rather than my husband. No one must ever know. Seeking suspicion. Is it truly my child you carry? My husband asks. I swear to God if you lie to me. Of course it's yours. Gain up to 15 opinion of. I need to know. Count Geoffrey sought me out, laying a hand on my belly. He looks at me with a. Please, be honest with me. Eyes focus on the hallway behind me, worried that someone will see us together. You are not the father of my child. Good. Oh. I send him off to Bob. Figure out where the heck. Going on. Following the death sentence of a lowly thief, I asked my son and heir Abraham what he thought. He expressed doubts about whether any good god could want a realm to be ruled by such harsh law. Do not expect to see God's justice. You must be taught the proper execution of law. Already about to break again. But being just be a very good choice. My son, I gave birth to a beautiful little son. He comes into the world blissfully unaware of the secret. Jordan. I'm passing through Napoli, capital of my liege Duke Guy, when I receive an invitation to visit his castle. As I arrive, he welcomes me with open arms and a tour. One thing that strikes me, the place is full of unfinished projects. I will stay for a while. The library where the books are stacked in corners, unfinished building project all over the place. Most noticeably, a whole dining hall, a chest of gold just standing in the middle of a hallway. Duke Guy's castle is a mess. I think I can help out with the dining hall. The books, the poor books. I agree. Chest of gold is very unguarded. Head off to bed. Alice, fickle, calm. Let's see. Chest of gold is very unguarded. Try to explain the risks of keeping a chest of gold out in the open. See the Duke Guy's eyes narrow. And exactly why are you eyeing my gold? Things might not be going great, but there are other areas where I can still help. What if something were to happen to gold? I know how to make him listen. My gold! Where has my gold gone? I find a distressed Duke Guy standing in a corridor, empty chest before him. Oh, Countess Emma, if only I had listened to you. Things are looking good, and there are other areas I can still help him out in. The books. The poor books! Bound books, loose documents, decorated spine. After a lot of reshuffling, there is finally some semblance of order in the chaos that is Duke Guy's library. Things are looking good, and there are other areas I can still help him out in. I think I can help out with the dining hall. All it needed was some dedicated attention. I soon have Duke Guy's dining hall well on its way to completion. I have done all in my power to help him. Now it is time for bed. There was a commotion among the children today. Geordie was attempting to preach among his fellow youngsters and became the target of a small fight. Jeff intervened and did what he could to protect him. Use the trait Brave. Tell you how you could have mediated this. Never back down from a challenge, Jeff. Spoke Duke Guy by the entrance. I spot Duke Guy by the entrance, waiting to see me off in the morning. As I walk up, I hear him muttering to himself. She is great. The castle is like new. After a quick goodbye, I am soon on the road back home again. I am glad I was able to help. Trip out to one of the villages in your holding has led me into an intriguing situation. What happens to be the vast majority of the village turned into the market square, and two motley groups of people have formed. Equidistant to both of them, visible from my position only by virtue of the rather apprehensive-looking villager holding it, appears to be an inflated pig's bladder. Perhaps noticing my quizzical expression, the valet quickly explains the situation. It turns out this is some form of popular game. How fascinating! What are the rules? It is with some anxiety that my trusty valet informs me of the rules and regulations of the coming event. As it happens, this game of so-called football is very widely played and encompasses all manner of people. Supposedly, both sides endeavor to move the ball, as the pig's bladder is known, to the side of the village that their group is not defending by any means necessary. That final part was intoned with significant gravitas, and the explanation was swift. While the death is rare, injury is not. Do you think there's a spot for me? As I ready myself for the coming exertion, I spy a woman on the fringes of the crowd taking swigs from a flask, her eyes darting around in between gulps. Normally this wouldn't be overly suspect, but her furtiveness is, and even more so when she quails before my inquisitive tap on the shoulder. Whatever she is drinking isn't water. The liquid is somewhat opaque, and it's clear from her wincing whenever her lips touch it that it's surely not pleasant to taste. Fortunately, she is almost eager to spill her secret and gently prodded. Performance enhancing, you say? The character has obtained a liquid that enhances their physical capabilities. How much do you want for that? Well, actually, I'm in debt. I probably shouldn't do that. You should be ashamed of yourself. With all the pre-game niceties taken care of, all that remains is to initiate the event. The town crier, leaning dangerously out of the first floor window of a house overlooking the square, bundles the pig's bladder through the frame. The crowd look up expectantly, and after a short pause, the ball takes flight. The stampede begins. Opposition team has the ball. The ball carrier is a good-looking young man, and clearly a crafty one too. Having secured the ball, he is in the process of scaling a house to get away from the baying crowd below. Whilst his plan initially seemed watertight, it seems he has reckoned without his base desires, and I haul myself up to his level on the facade of the house. He's clearly distracted by a particularly winsome woman at the window, the two of them seem quite smitten by each other. I'm just within arm's reach. Ow. Yoink! The horde lurches sideways, belly me from its depths with some force, staggering over to a wall to get both my bearings and my breath. Spy a couple of traders laden with various refreshments. I must be doing good business, given what hard work this is. I could do with some sustenance as it happens. I wonder what they have for sale. Refreshing water. Perfect. The day wears on, the ebb and flow of the game reaches its climax. Both sides surge forwards after the ball, and I'm caught in the middle of one such eddy in the flow of people. Topple and fall, protecting my head from the stampeding feet, only to clamber to my knees to find an unusual calm befalling the market square. It looks like the game is done. Stagger to my feet and blearily attempt to focus. People filter past me. In the center of the square, a group celebrates. It takes me several seconds to work out that the opposition team. My team begins to drift despondently out of the area, but the party is only just starting for the victors. A large cask of ale has already taken center stage, and the drinks are flowing freely for celebrations that will no doubt last into this evening. Small boost to health. Congratulations to the winners. No, is it another cannibal? How do you like the stew, my lady? A different guy. Mixed in with pieces of vegetables are fatty chunks of meat. Stringy texture interrupted with what looks to be short and sparse fur. When asked about the ingredients, my private cook Walter only smiles and tries to placate me. My only wish is to serve you, my lady. That content of my meals does not matter. There's no way I'm going to be able to find it out. Useless senses. Problem happened is steward's average stewardship skill. Yes, we have definitely heard that before, Delmaris. Apparently, I hire a bunch of cannibals. Agonized over it, and the signs are clear. I am with child. And yet again, it is not my husband. No one must ever know. 3 lovers. Friend. That's about to end. Band. Romance. It'd be hard. So many claims, though. Murder him. What happens if you request the divorce? Yeah. Let's see if I can use this struggling first. Send gift. Mayor Walter. Countess Emma, my seashell. Please accept this humble gift. It is not much, but I hope it is. Yes, I accept your gift. I'm broke. Please give me more money. make sure to pass through the pulley on the day of the practice. Guy's officers are milling about instructing knights, and I find Guy wandering among them. Whatever intention he had, his attention is clearly on his duties as the lord of these souls. One of these knights could be made to look a real fool. Let's see. One of these knights could be made to look a real fool. Let's see what happens. When I suggested we play a prank on the practicing knights, Guy only stared at me in shock. Pig's blood and rampaging horses? Are you mad, woman? I'll never live this down. Given birth to a beautiful little son, fathered by my lover, Jeffrey. I'll be Joseph. Have 10 living children. Yeah. Mental break, wanton desires. Lately, it feels like I am constantly being distracted by thoughts and erotic fantasies. With all the hardships of my everyday life, it is all too easy to lose myself in daydreams and forget about reality. These desires are clearly interfering with my life. But what should I do about them? Nobody but me entered the brothel tonight. Perhaps a new view of God will help me. The teaching that Jesus Christ has two natures, one divine and one human, Nestorianism has been declared as heretical by most Christian faiths. Despite this unique outlook, garnered followers in places as far east as China, India, and even Mongolia. Going to the brothel. That was fast. Guy will be mine. Oh, I wasn't. You came all this way for me, my sunshine? After searching the hallways of Duke Guy's castle, clad in servant's garb to avoid notice, I find him in a secluded garden. He lights up as he sees me, and the sight of him lights me up in turn. The ratty blouse I had donned soon lies forgotten on the floor as we spend the whole night making sure my journey was worth the effort. For you, I would do this journey 100 times over. I need to love her. Can I marry him, I wonder? My son Jeff seemed to enjoy our latest feast immensely. Of all the things, he could not stop talking about the rich clothes and glittering gold he saw there. These are the trappings of power by which our world is ruled. Show him how to make friends at a feast. Is my error? No, he's. Show him how to make friends at feasts. Question is, can I divorce him? The Pope very much likes me, so I think I'll be fine. Oh yeah, my piety is super high enough. All family members lose 5 of hidden. Yeah, that's not a big deal. Okay, bye, buddy. Abraham comes of age. With his coming of age, my tuition of Abraham is at an end. Despite always seeming to seek authority and order, Abraham has not become as proficient as expected in the administration of lands and people. You would be impressed by his understanding of the subject, but he has at least developed a sound grasp on the basics of management and the beginnings of a sensible frugality. Yeah, okay, I did betroth him. charming end. After much prayer and deliberation, I decided to grant your request to divorce your husband on the grounds of suspected adultery. Yeah. This morning I had a delightful encounter with a charming young scolder. We joked, we laughed, and we parted with glad hearts, all because I made the effort to be somewhat more personable. Perhaps I could apply this bout of flirtatious confidence to more than just my personal affairs. Respectfully coquettish. Action opinion plus 30. Green touch teases the soul. Masterfully. Ooh. Gaze alone could charm Satan himself. Go for the highest. Okay, now that I've divorced him, can I... Where is he? Marry my lover. Do I have to go into my... Probably isn't gonna let me marry him. How old is he? He is 21. He is by age. Doesn't look like I can marry. Alright, I can't marry him, but can I? Betrothed. Son, daughter, son. Got my other daughter. Has a decent amount of claim. Probably keep that. She's unmarried though. I wonder if I can pawn her off onto Duke. Where are we at? Does have a lot of claim. Oh, forgiven, creed. I'm going. Wonder if anyone would take the matrimonial. Oh. And it looks like nobody's gonna go for it. Ooh, I wonder if we could get one. Don't think seducing. Well, since I can't marry the person I want, I guess I'm just find someone else. Anybody have any land to give me? Beautiful. Gladly accept your marriage proposal. You will be joined with my son Raoul in holy matrimony. It looks like my aunt took a crap there for a minute. Oh, I have still. Ah, yes, I still need a spy master. Ooh, it's very good intrigue. Ooh, what are my. Roberta comes of age. I am proud to see my daughter no longer as a child, but as an adult. Roberta's energetic nature was thought to be a sign of an affinity for war and combat, but perhaps it was simply unruliness. She has only developed a basic understanding of the subject, but at least she has learned the essentials of managing an army. I can only hope that the rest will come with experience. Road can marry, which they already did. Did they? Gladly accept your marriage proposal. I will graciously take the hand of your daughter, Roberta. Holy matrimony. Oh, dang. A lot of stuff. Fabricate hook scheme. Find secrets. May okay, hooks. Your lovers are less likely to join murder schemes against you. Who else can? You guys being attacked by Princess Country. Countess Emma, my dear little firelight, you have been a loyal and devoted subject, and I wish to reward you for your service. In recognition of this, I am hereby offering you the position of Marshal of Capua. I will accept. You guys being attacked. Jeff comes of age. With his coming of age, my tuition of Jeff is at an end. Jeff's energetic nature was thought to be a sign of affinity for war and combat, but perhaps it was simply unruliness. He has only developed a basic understanding of the subject, but at least he has learned the essentials of managing an army. I can only hope that the rest will come with experience. Doors, sing your praise. I cannot be by my beloved Count Geoffrey's side. I fear he will forget how bright my feelings were. Sending a troubadour to act as my avatar in the amorous arts, wooing him with poems, songs, and sweet words written in my name, surely remind him. I will not rely on some minstrel to do my wooing for me. Away the bishop. Guardian still. Hand 8. Do my heads. Go down the list. Give everyone a kid to educate. Too much of a good thing. Never would I have thought that a woman could have too much passion, yet it seems life has proved me wrong. Some days I feel as if my spare time is nothing but suffering through endless arguments with Geoffrey, talking about God with Guy, and coming up with the most charming compliments for Walter. For how long can I go like this? These men will be the end of me. It might break me, but what is life with passion? I will not give them up. Helpful. My daughter-in-law, Intrigue, has given birth to a daughter. Since the little one is part of the Bretuel dynasty, she should be blessed with a good name. After an Sarah. Son Jeff and my sister Adelheid will be joined in holy matrimony. I declare stronger arm about this. Or Cassis. Now that I have my husband land, go ahead and go to war. I have not dabbled in that. Who wants to kill me? I'll you to well. Hopefully they're not that far away. Of course I shall join you in this war. Our foes shall learn to fear the men of Colin. Another ally join. Becoming. Oh, they're both kind of okay. There it is. All on him. Closer. Lane. Different Jeffrey. Yes. Imagine it would tell me otherwise. It's gonna be very hard. Ah, it's because it's cheap. Relationship with that's me. Ooh, Roman and a title. New opponent. Nothing in this world is certain, especially in times of war. The Lancianian claim on the county of Reggio Calabria has been no different, as this conflict is no longer against Adelise, the daughter of Count Roger of Messina, but High Chieftain Abd Allah of Tripolitania instead. It might be wise to reevaluate the situation. How many guys? 3. Could easily squash him. He my allies get. I think I'm going to play the course. Mad at me. Back. Wait. There's my 3,000. Friend to the end. I still see all the good times I've shared with Amory. Now, as I step into the dimly lit room, and weak body laying on the bed, almost motionless, I know with certainty that days won't come back. I feel a pain. He hears me walk, seems to get agitated. So I hurry by his side. It's me, your dear friend Emma. Here. Stay by your side. Oh no, where did all those guys come from? Oh crap. Stopped it. Don't do 4. Serpent of Lanciano is now unsung, losing all its effects. I'm in trouble. I'm pretty. Where are my allies? I don't know, but use your claim. You pay 73 gold. Let it play out. The existence of my plot to seduce Sek Abdul III has been discovered. While my involvement is not yet known, this will make it a lot more difficult to bring my plans to fruition. Curses. Who found out? Greetings, Countess Emma of Lanciano. My regrets it has come. I think I'm still in the middle of war. Sure, that's a relief to have exams over with. I certainly don't miss those days. Looking at this world is certain. My game crashed right before this. I'm gonna bow out. Because there's no way I'm gonna picked love. A talented painter has come to Lanciano, and my thoughts immediately went to my lover, Count Geoffrey, when I saw the beautiful works of art. A painting would make a lovely gift if only I could decide on the perfect subject to depict. Darkness of an alley before dawn, full of symbolism. This magnificent painting. Over. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, that's completely understandable. It's really hard to balance that. What about my voice? Oh, thank you. I don't know that I've ever actually had someone compliment my voice before. Never before have I seen a piece of art such as the painting you sent me. It moved me to my core, and the battle depicted truly got me riled up. I cannot wait to see you, my love. Oh. Prince Bishop Ramon has revealed my secret to the world. I have kept the true lineage of my son Jordi a secret since before he was born. However, my affair with Count Jordan, his real father, is now widely known. This game is Crusader Kings 3. I just started playing it a couple weeks ago. I guess you can compare it to like Sid Civilization. Hoped it would not come to this, but I am left with no other option. I must rescind your appointment. Oh, lost the war. I'm still getting used to it because there's so much going on all the time. But there's a lot of story to it, so it's kind of nice. It has been such exhausting work of late, as though I don't have a single courtier who can wipe their arse without my express and detailed instruction. In the middle of planning a small jaunt to a local brothel where I intend to remain till I am chafed and aching, a servant comes rushing up to me, babbling about some new trivial catastrophe. So currently I've been streaming Kingdom Come Deliverance, the first one, on Monday and Friday, and then on Wednesdays I've been streaming this one. I just started streaming a couple weeks ago, so I'm still kind of playing around with what people kind of like to watch. I just didn't want to jump around too much in the beginning. I have agonized over it, and the signs are clear. I am with child. There's no cause for joy, as I have no doubt that it is my lover and liege, Duke Guy. Oh. I even have a kid with him yet? I am in Ohio. How about you? Reflecting on God. I am sitting and meditating on the finer points of Catholicism. I cannot help but think back to when I traveled to Vaticano for my very first pilgrimage. This trip was far from the quotidian comforts of my life as a countess, but the relief I felt upon arriving at Vaticano made it all worth the trouble. Oh, nice. My sister-in-law lives in Germany with her brother with her husband. Oh my god. I think the game's getting me. Count Jordan has sought me out, laying a hand on my belly. He looks at me with a concerned expression. Please, be honest with me. My eyes focus on the hallway behind him, worried that someone will see us together. So are you coming back home for the summer? Sir Walter has sought me out, laying a hand on... Oh, nope, just another accusation. And another accusation. Countess Emma Michel. For too long I have suffered indignities at the hands of Duke Guy. I will not stand idly by while our liege abuses his loyal vassals. I urge you to join me in the fight to depose his tyrant. Given birth to a daughter. Father is that? No, the husband is Duke Guy. I don't know that I want to come back right now anyway, especially because of the heat wave. A heat index of 100 right here. Definitely been staying inside all week. Proud to see my son, no longer as a child, but as an adult. Oh, as the curious and knowledge-hungry child, Gavril has shown an affinity for scholarship from an early age. An avid learner, he has become quite the purveyor of knowledge, and has proven himself fully capable of structuring advanced theoretical and theological arguments. Once again, I wake with a beating heart and the remnant of a fire smoldering in my loins. Many nights have passed since I shared a bed with the beautiful man I stumbled upon during one of my nightly excursions, but my longing only grows. Oh, it's Marshall. He does have a title. Be best if I forget him. I must find him. My lady, we can find no signs of this peasant you have us searching for. The limited resources at my disposal, there is only so much that I can do. Even as my daughter-in-law, Henrik, bows and scrapes, my thoughts wander to that magical night. I must have him, whatever it takes. Oh, I'm surprised I actually won that time. 2-year-old. Other than streaming, I game in my own time. I draw, read, try to do outside stuff when I can when it's not too hot, but this weather recently is just killing me. What do you do other than your studies? I mostly focus on more slightly realistic things, but I dabble in slightly more cartoony things. I just started getting into digital artwork, so I'm learning all that stuff now. Commoner of French heritage has been accosted in the streets of Lanciano over some minor offense. By making a statement in their defense, I could perhaps convince my suffragan bishop Hugh, equally French of my good character, but I might risk alienating. Are stupid. Jordy comes of age. I am proud to see my son no longer as a child, but as an adult. Despite being a curious child, eager to learn, Jordy's attention drifted elsewhere, grew older. Hardly studious, he at least managed to memorize certain choice quotes from the classics. He will probably never write any great theorems, but he might read one or two. Caught in the act. The solar is just barely illuminated. Callisto and I are pressed close, our lips all but meeting. The night air is cool, but he feels molten with the touch. Breath comes in short, ragged gasps. At just about the worst possible moment, my friend Amory strides into the room, already at full bluster. Great Countess, we must discuss my Oh, I didn't see that you had company. Yeah, that's pretty old. Oh, I'm getting old too, though. Callisto, I didn't see you there. Oh, I draw, I primarily do like realistic stuff, so I'll do like pet portraits, that sort of thing, and I just started getting into more digital artwork, so a little bit more cartoony caricatures. Sometimes I don't always speak directly into the mic. Once again, I wake with a beating heart and the remnant of a fire smoldering in my loins. Many nights have passed since I shared a bed with the beautiful man I stumbled upon during one of my nightly excursions, but my longing only grows. Yes, I do have a Discord. But the name is the same as the Ye Old Shisheli. Do much good. I'll go ahead and do it. Sure, we could do that. Agonized over it. Signs are clear. I am with child. Who is it this time? The new guy. Unless ever know. Yeah. You haven't gotten yourself pregnant by another man, have you? My husband eyes me carefully. You do know that would be almost as bad for you as lying to me, do you not? He smiles. I laugh gently. Of course it's yours. I will go ahead and add you in just a little bit once I'm done with this. Given birth to a beautiful little son, he comes into this world blissfully unaware of the secret I keep. Proud to see my daughter no longer as a child, but as an adult. As an active and enthusiastic child, it is no surprise that Christina has done well in her studies of war and combat. She has shown great aptitude both in battle tactics and the management of armies. It's a shame that she will never command armies. Lover's visitation. I lay cozily in my bed when I feel a familiar touch drifting across my bare chest. Think nothing of it at first, but as my eyes struggle open, I see that it is my dearly departed Duke Robert of Apulia sitting beside me. Oh, my dearest, it has been so long, hasn't it? But when I hold you and kiss you, does love not return to your heart, as if it all happened yesterday? Hold me, my little firebrand. Love me all over again. I cannot believe it, yet I see him and feel him, though I know this to be a dream. It is so vivid, I simply cannot resist. Sensual dream. I just gained more fertility, so I don't think that'll be a problem. Oh, hold me like we did so long. Having retreated to my chambers for the evening, suddenly standing face to face with a man outside my window. A man that looks suspiciously like Walter. Oh, you silly man, come inside. Oh, who is it? I still haven't had a child with my new husband. Of course I'm not pregnant by another man again. Mayor Walter has sought me out. Please be honest with me. You are not the father of my child. My spy master Walter has made his way into my life with sweet words and sweeter touches. Late at night, I struggle to keep him off my mind. The feelings smoldering between us will soon either burst into flames or die out. Is a romance that will burn bright but short. Shadows lengthen. I see Walter approach me in the darkness beneath the castle wall, smiling charmingly as he whispers, "You know why I have come." I go towards him hesitantly at first, then eagerly. My pulse quickens as he pulls me close. In the shade of the wall we make love, the guards patrolling above oblivious to our passion. A stranger is brought before me. She has been waiting outside the castle gate for weeks, my liege, my guard informs me. The woman bows deeply. My name is Tower, your highness. I have traveled far and wide and seen many things, but I am weary of the road. If you allow me to stay, I will happily share my knowledge of the world with you and be your local servant. Embrace God, and this will be your home. Benedict comes of age. I am proud to see my son no longer as a child, but as an adult. Benedict's energetic nature was thought to be a sign of an affinity for war and combat. Perhaps it was simply unruliness. He has only developed a basic understanding of the subject, but at least he has learned the essentials of managing an army. I can only hope that the rest will come with experience. You torture someone. Okay. Fabricate truths. Given birth to a beautiful little son, he comes into this world blissfully unaware of this. I must. Ask for. Oh, nope. Now he won't accept. Why not? His dreaming expressions and wistful sighs can only mean one thing. My daughter Christina is longing for romance. Perhaps I should put my magic skills to the test and ease her suffering. She would surely be grateful. He becomes the lover of a match of my choice. He's betrothed. In order to find Christina's perfect match, I must know more about her preferences. By discreetly observing her interactions at court, I could get a glimpse of her innermost desires. Before I get started, I should have a theory in place. What do I think Christina would want in a partner? Christina is arrogant, patient, gregarious. A kindred heart, personality to match her own. I've observed Christina for some time now, and my conclusion is certain. I was wrong. She seems to care little for personality. She must prefer power or attractiveness in a partner. Now that I am a little more acquainted with Christina's desires, I have made a list of potential matches. Who would suit my daughter best? I feel kind of horrible marrying her off to one of the old guys. We'll go with Bishop Hughes. To assess the quality, I don't think she's happy. To assess the quality of my match, I hosted a small dinner with both Christina and Hughes on the guest list. I tried to encourage them to strike up a conversation. But Hughes acted cold and dismissive towards the intended match. Instead, he kept glancing at a handsome lord further down the table. Perhaps I will study people more carefully in the future. Whoops. Yay, money. Learns language through observation. Adelheid, the daughter of Count Ludwig, has given birth to a son. Since the little one is part of the De Brutal dynasty, he should be blessed with a good name. Yeah, I agree. It can be kind of boring. I'm glad at least that part is entertaining. Fired person can be sponsored. Elizabeth comes of age. I am proud to see my daughter no longer as a child, but as an adult. Despite always seeming to seek authority and order, Elizabeth has not become as proficient as expected in the administration of lands and people. You would be impressed by her understanding of the subject, but she has at least developed a sound grasp on the basics of management and the beginnings of sensible frugality. Gains 40 opinion. Christian pilgrims to the Holy Land suffer all manner of abuse, and their routes are fraught with danger. In order to protect the pilgrims and secure Jerusalem for Christ and the faithful, His Holiness Pope Marinus has accepted the possibility of an outright invasion by joint Christian forces. I'm sitting in the church, my thoughts abandoning the words of Bishop Hughes in favor of the time I betted Walter. Ever since then, I've been thinking of him almost daily. Unfortunately, this is having some rather problematic side effects. Where better to relieve stress than the church? He loses 30 opinion, nice. Walter must be mine. How should I approach Walter? Seems like a reserved individual who prefers silence as a companion. At least that's how he appears on the surface. Who knows what sort of person he is in private? Is he meek and submissive, or perhaps passionate and fiery? I'll find out once I have breached his stony exterior. For now I have to decide how to make myself remain in his thoughts after spending some time alone. He is virtuous, grateful, and content. Tenderly as a friend, I will be as charming as possible. I managed to get a moment alone with Walter. I bide my time, balancing flattery and conversation. And as the right mood settles, I reach out and clasp Walter's hand in mine. I lay bare my feelings for Walter and declare my undying love for him. Not even in my wildest dreams could I have imagined you were this passionate, Emma, he exclaims while desperately fanning himself. While he doesn't respond to my proclamation in kind, I'm certain that the shade of red on his ears is due to him blushing ferociously at my bold words. Shouldn't be long now. Who are you? Oh, my son. Mayor Walter and Mayor Gerard are among the most powerful vassals of my realm. I never know how to keep them happy, so they don't go around stirring up trouble. Perhaps flattery is the way to go. Anyone would be pleased to have something made in their name, wouldn't they? And I have just the right thing in the making. I should let my son and heir Abraham know that I am dedicating his masterpiece to my trustworthy vassals and advisors. Then again, it is my artifact, so maybe I should just... After all, why not to myself? Papal envoy has breached my court, bringing news from the Vatican. Pope Marinus issued a call to arms to all righteous Christian rulers. The Catholic Countess, I am expected to prepare my men in support of this most holy cause sponsored by the Universal Church itself. To all those who will take the fight against the vile heathens desecrating the holy grounds of Moldavia, the Holy See promises full absolution from all sins and a guaranteed place in heaven. My warriors will be ready to fight. See if I can marry my son off so he doesn't leave. Like I can, though. What is this? I am attending the dance, not simply because I am the lady of the castle, but because I want to see Walter there. He looks resplendent, and when we finally have a moment to ourselves, I offer my suggestion. Walk in the garden away from all this. A walk in the garden away from all this. Oh, it's about time. It's from my husband. I'm about to end my stream, probably after this. Thought it was a pleasant walk, but perhaps it was too cold, or perhaps I spoke too much, for he soon made his excuses and returned to the dance, not even waiting to see if I was coming along. By the time I made it back, he was busy having fun with the other dancers. I usually end at 4. I will, just as soon as I'm done, I will. I just don't like tabbing out during that. You haven't gotten yourself pregnant by another man, have you? My husband eyes me carefully. You do not know that would be almost as bad as you lying to me, do you not? He smiles. Of course it's yours. I am going to save here, and I promise, Nora the Explorer, you will have a confirmation here in a couple minutes. Well, thank you for joining me, and I will see you on Friday. Have a wonderful rest of your day.